Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 yai dai dai dai. Yai dai yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 yai dai dai dai. Yai dai yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai yai dai dai. Die, 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 die. Boker Tov, good morning. We continue our journey through the morning meditations with Birchot HaShachar, these short blessings that carry us into the day. I'll recall the words I quoted yesterday from Reb Zalman Schachter Shalomi on how to focus amidst this large number of blessings. He says, one good practice here is to single out one blessing that speaks to you most strongly wherever you are right now, and to stick with that one for just a little while, to say it with special kavanah, with focused intention. Yesterday, the first four blessings spoke of awareness of it being morning, of opening the eyes of the blind, of freeing the captive, of lifting the fallen. Today we continue with the next four, which are in Mishkan Tefillah, page 38. So the first is even more fitting today than I thought it was, or thought it would be when I was thinking about this yesterday morning. The blessing is, praise to you, Eternal One, Rokah ha'aretz al hamayim. Praise to you, Eternal One, who founds, who grounds the earth solidly over the waters. Of course, we had an earthquake yesterday here in Boise, and so I've been thinking about this one a lot. To ground the earth firmly over the waters. The world feels metaphorically and here even literally a little bit shaky this morning. We're scared. We feel anxiety when the ground shakes beneath our feet, when that which we think is firm and steady proves to not be so much the case. And so on this morning, when we are feeling the anxiety over the virus and when we have literally felt the earth move beneath our feet less than 24 hours ago, feel the ground beneath your feet this morning. You know now that that ground is not necessarily always solid. So when it is, feel it and be grateful. And ask yourself, what grounds me this morning? What are the steady, present, firm anchors in your life, even in the most trying of times? What words and thoughts and actions and people and pets and places, what of all these things ground you? Be there with them. Feel your body. Feel your feet. Feel the ground firm below them. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Roka ha'aretz al hamayim. Praised are you, Eternal One, our God, who founds the earth solidly upon the waters. And when we step down and feel the ground beneath our feet, we can begin to step, to walk, to move. Our second blessing, praised are you, Mechin Mitzadei Gaver. Praised are you, Eternal One, who strengthens our steps. We are grateful. I'm so grateful this morning for the ability to move, to walk, to go from one place to another, even if that circle of places in which I can go is confined. Indeed, in this challenging time, perhaps our gratitude for mobility should only be intensified when it is compromised, and should also give us empathy for those who struggle to move, sometimes because of disabilities, sometimes because of circumstances. But today, this morning, even if you can just walk or wheel around your room, again, with the ground solid beneath your feet, there is much to feel grateful for. There is much for which we might give thanks. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaber. Praised are you, Eternal One, our God, who strengthens our steps. The third blessing, praised are you, Eternal One, Malbish Arumim, who clothes the naked. Okay, so in this coronavirus world, perhaps you haven't changed your clothes in the last 3 days. I get that. Perhaps you are still in your pajamas. Perhaps you may still be in your pajamas for most of the day. Perhaps you've been wearing the same pair of sweatpants or yoga pants for the last week and a half. Welcome to the crowd. We're there with you. And still, this too can create gratitude and awareness, because so many don't have that. For most of human history, and still today in many parts of the world, it was a luxury to have more than a single pair of clothes, or perhaps two. How lucky, how grateful most of us should be for a closet full of clothes that protect us, that keep us warm in the winter, that keep us dry in the rain, that keep us cool in the sun. And note that when we praise God for clothing the naked, this certainly does not get us off the hook for doing exactly this. We cannot wait for God to clothe the naked. In this case, we are God's partners, we are God's hands, we are God's agents. God works through us. So as we clothe ourselves, those of us who are blessed to have clothing that shelters and protects us, let us also reach out and see that all have clothing, that all have shelter, that all have their basic needs met. Let us be grateful then as we reflect on this blessing, and let us commit ourselves to being God's partner and caring for those who are in need and clothing the naked. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Malbish Arumim. Praised are you, Eternal One, who clothes the naked. Our final blessing for this morning. Praised are you, Holy One, Noten la Ya'ef Koach, who gives strength to the weary. So much weariness, because anxiety and fear is exhausting. To carry worry, even those of us who are healthy in our hearts, is hard. And for those who are sick, of course, the weariness, The fatigue is unending. And so as we give thanks to the Holy One for giving strength to the weary, I invite you to reflect on what strengthens you. When you are weary, what and who helps you in and through the weariness? And when you are weary, as I think our world is weary, consider, what gets you up in the morning? And how do you act on that over the course of the day? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten laya'ef koach. Praised are you, Eternal One, our God, who gives strength to the weary. Let us sit for a moment with our blessings, and then we will continue with the meditation and Shema, and end with a short poem from Hafiz. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. A poem to take us into the day. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with a love like that. It lights the whole sky.